what's considered that supermajority vote of 4-1 is put in place for one thing. My concern is it's put in place for one thing regarding revenue, in other words, the taxes that we have the ability to control and authorize. So my move is to take away the supermajority and move it back to a simple majority vote, like everything else, so.
But then the 5 of us voted to strengthen that, which would require a supermajority to then remove it. So as it currently stands, we would need 4 of us to remove that to even take it out of place. It's not something that we can just easily sit here and go, well, 3 of us want to remove it, because 5 of us agreed to it, so.
Can we do a 3-2 to remove the 4-1, and then a 3-2 to remove the 4-1?
Yes.
Yes.
So you need 2 simple
we could do a 3-2
majorities
to
to
remove
take,
the
it's
most
2
recent.
votes, regardless, it's 2 votes.
Point is, if we said you need a supermajority to remove it, you need 4-1 to remove it. Otherwise, what would be the point of that vote?
Yeah.
Because I think you have a public that, we have one former commissioner who obviously was the impetus of the supermajority, who's our state's attorney. And we have a public that, a fair amount of them do not want to see their taxes raised. And I understand we are in a serious financial problem at this moment. But, you have an economy that's
I agree.
questionable.
I've been begging for anybody to tell me what are the priorities that you believe should be cut. And I got nothing from anybody from this first time I asked. I got nothing. I understand our state's attorney, his intent from years ago in doing this, but meanwhile, he's asking for more money. So, it took away that ability to get more money if he took away the ability for us to pull in more money, so.
And I understand a little bit what both of you are saying, because you're saying if we really, really have to, then the 4-1 vote shouldn't be a problem. And I understand that.
That, we have to, consider all options. Nobody wants to raise taxes. None of us want to raise taxes. So I certainly understand where Commissioner Rothstein is coming from, and I also understand, again, where Commissioner Gordon is coming from. I know Commissioner Rothstein had said that, no one had spoken about some of the things that they wanted to cut, and I will respectfully disagree with that, because I did propose a number of things, and I have shared a number of ideas about things that we could do. Common way forward, the simple way forward right now would be to move to either get rid of the supermajority for the taxes, or to add the supermajority being required to add expenses to the budget and balance the 2 out.
Wow. That's my 1/3 that comes to mind is wow. If we have a revenue problem, we also have a spending problem, because revenue has increased by $87 million since FY20. We sat here and made a commitment to the people of this county by firming up that supermajority 4-1 to, if you want to raise taxes, you have to have 4-1. We did that in front of everybody here, and we voted 5-0. I don't see any way to change that 4-1 majority. I just don't. I mean, a discussion about a vote to change a supermajority doesn't make any sense to me. I don't think you can do it. Now, I think the proposal to, increase make a supermajority to add things, I don't know if that was a serious suggestion or not.
Yes.
I have a feeling that, when it was in it, I don't know. I mean, is that a serious suggestion, or is that sort of a way of playing tit for tat with what we already have?
A supermajority for revenue is not the same as a simple majority for expenses as we build a budget. So my recommendation is that we take away the supermajority for revenue, and we focus our attention on being fiscally conservative in building the budget for FY25.
With the budget session, and you and I have different definitions of fiscal conservative, because
We do.
raising taxes and spending money is not fiscal
I'm
conservatism.
not raising
in my view.
taxes. I have no intention
Okay.
to say I want to raise taxes.
So I think there's some legal questions here. I mean, we unanimously voted for a 4-1 majority to have, that you couldn't remove it. So I'm not really sure what we're talking about here at this point. What are we really doing?
If no one here is interested in raising taxes, then we don't need to be sitting here having this conversation. Now, I understand the argument, it's not equal from the 4-1 versus the 3-2. But if none of us are looking here to raise taxes, then what exactly are we looking to do other than to strip out the supermajority? And here's
We needed this discussion, and if the 4-1 vote caused this discussion, that's good. I don't know, and I was being facetious about 4-1 on expenses, because that would be as stupid as this is. And I think legally, we could do a 3-2 to get rid of the 4-1 to remove the 4-1, and then we could do the other one, but I don't know that I want to, you know? I think you made a good point. If 4 of us can't agree to something, then it ain't that important.
Again, it's, this is not a situation of our making, but it's certainly a situation of our own requirement to find a solution to contend with.